Welcome back, ladies and wait a minute. Are we in a multiverse? Because you're not Jamie.
Tim, where in the world have you been? I always do the reviews.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Codex Reviews. You may notice something different. We're in a multiverse right now, and I've got Sonny with me instead of Jamie. And today we are talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Sonny, let's go ahead and dive right into this, man.
Sounds good to me.
First impressions. With this movie, when I was going into it, I knew it was going to be a Sam Raimi movie, and I've seen quite a bit of what that man has done, with the Spider-Man trilogy and Evil Dead and Dark Man, and what was that one day, the Western that he did, The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good. You need to watch it. It's Sam Raimi doing Westerns. It's absolutely amazing. So I knew it was going to be that going into it. And I really love the fan service that this movie provided. I mean, it did that in a way I think that no other Marvel movie has done before. And that is with like the introduction of mutants with Professor X, with Black Bolt, giving him proper screen time, even though it was very short. He still looked really awesome. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, that was amazing. Captain Carter, Proton, the list goes on. The Ultron robots, and everything else. It was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed that aspect. I love that this was a Marvel horror movie, but I
get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think it went any further than what Disney would allow as far as like horror goes for Marvel or even Disney for that matter. But that was cool though, because like with Zombie Doctor Strange and Defender Strange and things like that all tied in really well together. I loved Benedict Cumberbatch and everything and everything that he's done so far, and what he did in this movie I thought was really well. Rachel McAdams, way up there. That was something I had a minor complaint with. I get that it's multiverse and stuff like that, but I would have rather have seen the relationship between these two play out a little bit more, instead of the 616 version of her character being in there for all of 5 minutes, and then it's
very fast.
Yeah, and then it's multiverse Rachel McAdams for the rest of the movie. I get it though. I get it, but it was cool, the line that he said, I'll love you in every universe. And
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I thought that was awesome. Wong, as the Sorcerer Supreme, he got his just deserves in this movie, and he got the final bow at the end, which was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. America Chavez, two-dimensional, I guess. Maybe that's a little harsh, but there wasn't really a whole lot to her as a character. I don't know much about her as far as the comic books go, so I can't really speak on that, but the performance that was given by the actress I thought was okay. And America Chavez served more as a plot device than anything else, but it was cool. I loved her ability to be able to go in between multiverses, and she was the only one in existence in across the span of the multiverses. Like, there was nobody else like her, and I thought that was really cool. What else? I mean, geez, there's not really a whole lot more that I can really say about it. I mean, it's a solid Marvel movie. It's not reinventing the wheel as far as Marvel goes. The formula is there and it works, and this is a great popcorn movie. It's better than the Sony Marvel verse by far. It's it's a great addition to the MCU.
It beats Morbius.
It is definitely not Morbin time in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely not. It is Doctor Strange time. So I think overall, with the fan service and the addition of cameos and characters and things like that, I give this, I think, a solid 8 out of 10. It's not No Way
Especially
Home.
good, but
Yeah, it's not No Way Home, but it's definitely good. I think it's better than The Dark World or Iron Man 2. But I think beyond that, it's not a bad Marvel movie, but it's a very solid Marvel movie. And let's not forget this girl over here,
yes, yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen. Her performance in this movie, I think, is the best part of what's going on here. A real good ending to Wanda's arc as a character, and the whole reason for her doing what she's doing, I think in her mind is justifiable, and you can kind of relate to her too. But like what Doctor Strange and what America Chavez are trying to explain to her, it's like, well, what about the mother? Are you just going to get rid of her? The kids will understand. They'll grow to love me.
Yeah.
Well, they may not know, but you'll know. And it's just planting that little seed, and it just kind of goes through the whole.
To make sure, like, that's the thing that actually makes you stop for a little while to say, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Everything she's I'm going to do, I'm going to see them. And then when they say that, then she almost stops and tries to almost deny it. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, her evolution to the Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness 8.0 right off the top from me. So Sonny, I've spoken enough about this movie. What do you think about it?
Okay. Well, first of all, I have to say, I saw Tom Cruise in the Top Gun 2 trailer before the movie.
Yes.
So I wanted to say that on our podcast. I can't remember which episode it was, when I was like, I think the Captain Marvel in the trailer, and Davey's like, no, all the theories were saying, oh, it's Invincible Tom Cruise Iron Man.
Yeah.
And once it was over, I said, I'm gonna have to bring this up and say there's no Invincible Tom Cruise Iron Man. It wasn't the Brie Larson Captain Marvel, but there was a Captain Marvel.
Proton. Yeah.
Yeah, the Proton.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll start off. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I thought from the very beginning, like, it just picks up with the action right away. And like you, I wasn't too familiar with America Chavez. I knew of her, but I didn't read the comics with her. So this was pretty much my first real introduction to her, was this movie.
Yeah.
And I liked it. And I thought she was a good character. I liked how she actually had like a big part in it. And then we get to the characters, and we know Doctor Strange, and Benedict Cumberbatch is a great Doctor Strange, like one like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, someone I could always see them, like I always see him as Doctor Strange.
Perfect casting.
Yeah, perfect cast. Even too, like I said, Elizabeth Olsen is, the Scarlet Witch, Wanda, and seeing WandaVision before definitely goes with the movie, because if you didn't see it, she might just seem like, oh, she's just a villain. But if you see the movie, you know like why she wants to do this, why she wants to get back to the kids.
See, and I read somewhere where somebody said that watching Marvel movies now required too much homework. And I don't think so, because if you watched WandaVision, you'd get more of an understanding of what she's trying to accomplish and why she's trying to do it. It's not necessarily about homework. It's about, I need to go back and watch this, and
it makes it a better experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they still kind of show you like why you get to see, like, she's dreaming of them, but it just makes the movie that much better if you have seen it.
What did they call it in the movie? Dreamscaping or dream jumping?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
There was a few. There was that, I mean, the dreams, but then also like Doctor Strange. Was he dream walking?
Yeah, something.
Like taking over. Yeah, so there's a few of those different sayings. Yeah,
lots of words thrown around. Lots of techno babble.
A lot to learn. Yeah, but so like I said, no Invincible Tom Cruise Iron Man. I was fine with that. But like we said, we got to talk about the cameos. We said Professor X, Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt. So with that,
Black Bolt, Blackagar.
Yeah, we kind of knew that. Yeah, I did like especially like the looks. They had the looks of the characters. Obviously, we know Patrick Stewart is Professor X already. We know that. Like John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic. And then Black Bolt, I thought they did a good job making him look like Black Bolt.
Yes. I thought his costume was really well. It presented really well on screen. I wasn't a big fan of the.
Yeah, I kind of knew to expect nothing too big.
Yeah.
But for me, there was almost a bit of a letdown. I was expecting so much. And Oh yeah, spoilers, everybody.
Yeah. If you're this far into the video, you've either seen it already or you're cussing us out as you watch it. So either way.
But for me, I felt that part was a letdown for me because I felt you have these huge characters, and then Scarlet Witch wiped out like they were nothing. Like Mr. Fantastic is nothing. Professor X is pretty easy. Black Bolt, nothing.
She Twizzlered him.
Yeah, literally. I mean, even the Twizzlers, but only Captain Britain and you said Proton can give him the good fights. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
Mr. Fantastic, kind of like everybody, if you're like excited for him, or let's say you don't know, you'd be like, this guy's nothing. He got beat like nothing.
Well, I mean, think about it though. What would Mr. Fantastic be able to do against the Scarlet Witch? I think that was legitimate portrayal, like right there, as far as the type of battle that would take place.
I think he would have at least, like, even though, especially if it was like a Fantastic Four movie, he'd obviously do better.
Yeah,
he would at least try to talk, or at least to see his powers. We didn't get to see him stretch until he was making.
Sure, we did. He stretched all the way to spinning into his brain.
That was the only thing. Yeah. But she could have pretty much done that to anybody.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, and then Professor X, especially, it's like the battle in the mine, and for him to go out just like that, especially as an X-Men fan, like he's taking on the Phoenix in the mine. I think he would have done better. So that for me was a letdown part. I was expecting a lot more, and then I was thinking like, oh, maybe we'll get to see these characters again, but now they're wiped out.
You know, though, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense as far as like the multiverse goes, because look at it this way, like those iterations of the characters, the variants in that, I think it was the 838 universe or something like that. Yeah. Their Scarlet Witch, what was she? She was a homemaker. She was a mother. She stayed at home. She took care of the kids. She still had her powers, but we don't know like just how far into being a superhero she got to in that universe. And from the way that the universe looked, it looked more like a utopia after the fact of, after fighting Thanos than anything else. Did that Scarlet Witch take place in the battle during Infinity War? Or was she just a regular civilian? We don't know. So maybe
they really underestimated her. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, what's she gonna do? I'll just tell her Black Bolt will whisper in her ear and her head will blow to atoms. But no, she's gonna spaghettify me and then take Black Bolt's mouth away, and his brain's gonna explode inside.
Yeah, but I would have liked them to have been a little smarter. Maybe like I said, maybe since it's that kind of utopia world, they're not. I guess that's smart. I mean, you have some of the smartest minds in the world. I would have expected them to know, especially Black Bolt, if he has no mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't scream. I won't try screaming. Yeah. But other than that, like I said, I really like the action. I did like the story. The action packed, like I said, from the very beginning, and all the great characters and everything, and then do Sam Raimi directing. You could tell there were parts like, oh, this is definitely Sam Raimi, especially with the zombie Doctor Strange. Yeah, I really got feels of like Army of Darkness and everything. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, it's his style. Yeah, so I enjoyed that.
Like when Professor X yelled stop and he went and pointed at the screen, and it was just the Sam Raimi camera angle that took place. I was like, that's awesome right there.
Yes, I liked it. That he would mix his style, and I thought his style could go really well with a Doctor Strange movie. And I hope, yes, when there was another Doctor Strange, I would like to see him directed again as well.
You want to see Sam Raimi come back for?
I would like to see him
third one
for the third one. Yeah.
Okay.
But, so we were talking. We said it's all good. I enjoyed from beginning to end. Like I said, I was let down with the big cameos at the Illuminati, but other than that, I was enjoying it. Enjoyed the ending, everything. Like I said, a good finale to the Scarlet Witch's story arc. I would like to see Elizabeth Olsen back as the Scarlet Witch. I do like her character. I like her as the Scarlet Witch, and then eventually bring it to the end of the movie. And I give Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness an 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, okay. So we're right in the same area.
Yeah. So I would say very good, but not as good as a Spider-Man No Way Home. Like that was, I'm like, perfect. I really wouldn't change much for Doctor Strange. Because I would change that part, like I said, not wiping out the characters so easily. And then I felt also when they were talking to Doctor Strange, it was like, I think with that whole thing, I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
And was a bit let down with it.
Now, on another YouTube channel, Grace Randolph, I think her channel is called Beyond the Trailer. She was talking about when she went to go see it in her screening, and she said that movie could have easily benefited from another 30 minutes. And I agree with that. I think that with the type of scope that they were trying to bring with this movie, it was trying to be on par, I guess, in epic level as No Way Home. And they succeeded in that as much as they could. But if they had another 30 minutes, I think that would have been amazing. Stretch out the Illuminati scene a little more, give us a little more of Patrick Stewart and John Krasinski, even Peggy Carter, and all of that stuff. Why is Captain Carter there? Is there more than one Captain Carter from the What If universe, et cetera, et cetera? So yeah, it could have benefited.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it could have benefited from a little bit more screen time. But
yeah, I mean, I was a bit surprised too when I did see like, oh, it's only 2 hours. I think it's just like 2 hours, 6 minutes, but credits take them about 6 minutes. Yeah. So I thought, about 2 hours. I was a little surprised. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, like I said, I think a half an hour added would have been more than fine too, and could have made the story even better.
I loved Wong in the movie. I thought
gotta give Wong.
His character was really good. I love that they really put him in the role of Sorcerer Supreme and just kind of let Doctor Strange be Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? And because even in the comic books, he lost the role of Sorcerer Supreme several times. So even though it's new in the MCU, it's not necessarily new for you and me to see him in a position like that. But let's talk about Baron Mordo. So Baron Mordo, we don't see the 616 version of Baron Mordo, but we see that multiverse version. I think it's the 838 universe. I'm going to stick with 838. It's probably wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. Tell me how wrong I am, but I'm pretty confident it's the 838. But anyways, Baron Mordo in that universe, they tried to play him off as like a complete 180 of the Baron Mordo that we know from the first Doctor Strange movie and that we know in the comic books. And even Doctor Strange kind of mentioned that toward the end of their sequence together, when they're duking it out in the hall of the Illuminati and stuff like that. And he's like, "You're just like my Baron Mordo. You're the exact same. You're
still hates him everywhere.
Yeah, you still hate me. You still loathe me. You're still trying to manipulate your way to the top, and it'll never change." I thought that was really awesome.
I did like that. Yeah, I did like his part. I should mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they said then Wong, and I was for some reason with the trailer, I was almost seeing Wong is dying, but he says like strange. It looks like he's gonna fall, but actually that was him making his way up the mountain. So I was glad to see Wong. I was glad to see Wong live through the story because I do like the character, and I feel like the character's getting bigger as time is going on, and I want to see his character grow. And I think he's a good choice for Sorcerer Supreme. I like the part with America Chavez when the three of them are talking towards the beginning. She's like, he's not Sorcerer Supreme here, and then she goes to speak Spanish. She's like, he doesn't speak Spanish either. She's like, my one does this, my one does that.
Let's talk about two things. Let's talk about zombie Doctor Strange and him being hypocritical in using the Darkhold the way he tried to tell Wanda she couldn't use it in. So guys, if you don't know, well, I mean, if you're watching this, you do, but if you don't, stop watching now. Go watch Doctor Strange in theaters, then come back and you'll understand what we're talking about. But there's that part, Wanda has the Darkhold, and after that big giant one-eyed octopus monster shows up in New York and tries to get America Chavez, and Doctor Strange and America fight together with Wong to defeat the
stab in the eye was good,
right?
That was good.
Doctor Strange reaches out to Wanda. He's like, I need help from the best magic user in the world right now, and next to me, that's you. And we come to find out that from the end of WandaVision, Wanda's been dipping her fingers into the Darkhold more and more, and now she's got the black fingers like Agatha Harkness did, and she is completely overtaken by the Darkhold's power, and it's got a full tight grip on her. And that whole scene of her and Doctor Strange in hell, basically, you know, where she's like, that doesn't seem right. You know, I'm made out to be the bad guy. That's not right. And he's trying to convince her not to use the Darkhold, telling her, you can't do this. You can't dreamscape. You can't dreamwalk, or whatever it is. You can't go in between multiverses, and you cannot do this. Your kids don't exist. You're chasing nothing. That's what you're doing. And she's like, but you're wrong. I see them everywhere. And with what America says, where your dreams are windows into other multiverses, I see them. So they exist. So what does she do? She uses the Darkhold to sniff around and find a multiverse, the 8381, and start to manipulate that Wanda to get in there so she can have her kids. And later on in the movie, what does Doctor Strange do in order to fight back with her? He gets he gets Sinister Strange and takes the Darkhold from him in an epic musical battle, by the way.
Yes. That was a very I did like that. It was very random. I was not expecting, but it was very cool. I'm glad it was in there.
And what does
the
he
notes
do?
at each other.
He sits there with Rachel McAdams' character. I can't remember her name. But he sits there with her and he says, you have to protect me. I'm going to use the Darkhold. You can't use the Darkhold. Well, I have to. So he does. And he does the same thing that she told her not to do. And I loved her delivery on that. She's got Wanda has America Chavez on the platform. And she sees Zombie Strange coming in. She's like, you hypocrite. You're doing the same thing you told me not to do. And look at you. You're doing it now. I love that line. That delivery on that was perfect.
It was, And by the way, her name was Christine.
Okay. Right on. So for editing purposes, ladies and gentlemen, Rachel McAdams will now be known as Christine.
You just have to dub it and put with earlier.
Big Christine. Bar.
Christine.
Absolutely.
But I did like that line too, and I thought the Scarlet Witch, she was a great villain. So obviously she was the villain, but like I said, we in a way we knew her background, and I still liked her, and it was like, oh man, we don't want her to die, but don't want her to succeed.
Exactly. You didn't want her to succeed, but you didn't want to lose her either. You could be sympathetic to why she was doing what she was doing, but you couldn't be sympathetic to her destroying another life to get it. And she destroyed plenty of them along the way. So
like I said, someone you can understand, but they're wrong. I guess that's the case with a lot of things too. Everyone has a story with things they do, but it doesn't mean you should do it, because
exactly
there will be chaos.
So okay, Sonny, I give it an 8 out of 10. You give it a 8.5 out of 10. So we are right in the same road as far as how we felt about this movie. And you say that you would love to see Sam Raimi come back for Doctor Strange 3. We already know Doctor Strange is going to return, and we know someone else is going to be in there too. Do you remember who that is?
I forget the name though, but I know who. I read the scene. Yeah, the after credits scene.
This was a question on Do You Know, good sir? Clea.
So that was his wife. Oh, so that was Clea. That was his wife. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Charlize Theron, she's going to play Clea, the other Sorcerer Supreme from the Dark Realm. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, because they didn't. Okay, so they didn't mention her name. Just that. Okay, somewhere online it was mentioned that is Clea.
I had to look it up. I was like, I think I know who that is. I lost the point on this question, but I know who that is.
So it is confirmed. So she was playing Clea. Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting. That's good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he got the third eye now. So we'll see what happens with that.
The punishment for using the Darkhold.
Yeah. And before we end it, speaking of endings, Bruce Campbell, I would have liked to have seen more out of his cameo, because he's Bruce Campbell after all. But I thought it was pretty funny at the end. Like,
that was the best end credits scene I have ever seen in my life. Everybody around me in the theater gave a collective groan, and me and my brother-in-law were cackling, laughing so hard. We thought that was the greatest thing we had ever seen in our life.
I like that last part. During the movie, I would have liked to see him do more.
Yeah,
maybe play a different version of Doctor Strange or something. Yeah. But I did like that. It's over. It's finally over.
It's over. Yeah, oh my God,
that was good though.
Genius. Oh, one cameo that we neglected to mention. Did you catch the Oldsmobile in Doctor Strange?
The what mobile?
So in Sam Raimi movies, in every movie he's ever done, there's, I think it's a 1978 cream-colored Oldsmobile. You will recognize it from Spider-Man 1. It was Uncle Ben's car. Oh, okay. Every movie Sam Raimi has ever done, that car is there somewhere. Did you see it in the movie?
It's not.
It was one of the cars floating around after they had got done getting the main book that they were supposed to get. I can't remember the name of that either. Okay. But yeah, okay. It was floating around in there. So if you guys are looking around for it when you go see the movie, or if you go see it for the second time and you didn't catch it, keep an eye on it. You'll see that car twisting around in the middle of nowhere.
Next time I will.
Next time
I'll make sure to check it out, because yeah, it's definitely a movie I would see again. I'll watch it again. I thought it was a very good movie.
Well, I'm going to see it tomorrow, as a matter of fact, taking the kids.
Well, enjoy again.
All right, Sonny, before we get out of here, once again, I give it an 8. You give it an 8.5. Before we finish this wonderful review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, do you have anything you want to say to our wonderful audience watching right now?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. And, like, subscribe, all that good old stuff. And I will see you soon in another review, more episodes of Codex Podcast. And I'll let Tim, wherever you are, finish it off.
I'm over here somewhere. Guys, don't forget, you can find us on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, right here on YouTube, over on TikTok, and on Discord. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us. We are also on all podcast streaming platforms, so pick your favorite. You'll find us there, and you can listen to our wonderful voices do the podcast every week. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and you'll find us there as well. Once again, my name is Tim. This wonderful guy over here on either side of me is Sonny. You'll know him from the Codex Podcast. This is Codex Reviews. We just got done reviewing Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and we will see you next time.
It's over.